I'll be around for a little bit more too after this is over if you want to do something. Okay. I love it. Check who's getting that. Start. You just check that. Check that.
The one that.
All right, here we go. Here's the first one. You're stuck in an elevator with the leading influencer in your dream industry. So let's put this in context. What's your dream? Say it one more time.
To become an entertainment lawyer.
To become an entertainment lawyer. So, the most famous entertainment lawyer in the country is in an elevator, oddly enough, here in Detroit, just because. They weren't even here for Axel. So now they're in the elevator, he gets stuck, and the fire department says, hey, you got 5 to 7 minutes, we can fix this very quickly. You now have 5 to 7 minutes to engage in a conversation with this dream person. So, come in. Yes, Nina Shaw. Nina Shaw is this entertainment lawyer's name. So, come in. What's your name? Elizabeth, everyone say, hey, Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
All right, so we're going to work through this pre-talk worksheet. What do you want Nina Shaw to
You get a good
feel, do, or understand? Which one of those?
they do.
What do you want to see in the field?
I want her to feel.
Okay, what do you want her to feel?
Well, when I tell her my story, I want her to feel moved, and I want her to feel moved to a point that maybe she'll tell me her story, and then I'll be able to gain things from her story from there, and then I'll be able to know what I'll be able to move on from there.
Cool. All right. So, So Elizabeth said, I'm in an elevator with Nina Shaw. What I want to do is I want to figure out how I can tell my story in a way that's going to make her feel moved enough to tell me her story. Now, that's a really cool part about meeting people is that sometimes we go to the plug too fast, but what you want is a relationship. If you get the relationship, the plug is yours. And so sometimes when we go for it first, when we see somebody, it's selfie. It's like, all right. You got to decide, do I want a moment or a relationship? Right? And story is the best way to do that. So what Lisa said, I want to share my story, and I want her to be so moved by it that she'll share her story too. And then now that we both connected over our stories, now I can say, hey, what's the best way to contact you? May I have your email? Because I would love for this to continue. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Hopefully that will change the way you network. Most of us say, here's my business card, I'm a rising senior at such and such. Great. But now you've not distinguished yourself from the other 9,000 that are here doing the same thing. But Elizabeth's going to tell her story. Elizabeth, the floor is yours. I'm going to listen, and I'll come back and give some notes. I'm going to do it live, yeah. What would you tell this meeting?
Well, basically that I'm a rising senior at Fairfield High School in Cincinnati, Ohio, and that ever since I was young, it's been my passion to be in the entertainment industry. What better way would I be able to do that than to go into law while doing it and have a grounded profession in it? And I would tell her that I have been singing since I was 4, and that has also been my passion to become a singer and a songwriter. But what I want to pursue more is to be an entertainment lawyer.
Okay, so I'm going to stop. Let's crack your story. You say you've been singing since you were 4. What song did you sing it for? Fantastic. Who are you singing it to?
My dad.
To your dad. And how did your dad respond?
He realized that I had a talent for singing, and he started teaching me more.
Fantastic. So then you kept singing from there. What did you sing after that?
When I was 5, I sang in a church. I don't remember what song it was though.
Okay. Tell me about what does singing in church feel like?
Well, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but then when I got on the stage and I got the microphone, I just forgot about everything and just went to the song.
Fantastic. So remember when we did the speak model, the S is what? Set the stage. So when you're telling your story with Miss Nina, you have to ask, do you want to set the stage with, hey, I'm a rising senior, or do you want to set the stage with, hey, you know what? start, and my dad